I'm like addicted to the Clorox wipe, so I would use that, and then, but I
You
also
should not
use
use that on a surface like that.
How do you clean your kitchen?
You should not be using that on where we're eating.
With brand name disinfectants or homemade concoctions?
But that's that.
It's got bleach in it, and then you use
Yeah,
your.
yeah. Who wants to have that? I don't want bleach
No,
in my
but you don't.
mouth.
That's not the only thing you use, and then you use the vinegar
What
and
do
the
you all think?
spray.
We wanted to find out if those homemade cleaners work as well as some of the store-bought brands. So we brought in Dr. Cliff Rank from FGCU with some of his students to test. Now this is a clean surface. So first we need to get a control, right?
First we have to get a control to see what the surface is basically, doesn't have anything on it. We're going to do the surface, and then it goes into this container here, and then you break the reaction mixture.
So this is just the clean surface. We're getting initial readings so that we can compare later. What does that mean?
That means 17 light units or energy units from whatever on the surface.
So 17 is the baseline.
17 right now is the baseline.
We're gonna put it on the counter as if we were cooking it. 3, 2, 1, 400.
It tells you the relative number of contaminants on the table. Probably bacteria.
So which cleaner will best remove that bacteria? We swabbed a new area for each kind and found that some of the old standbys may not be as reliable as you thought.
And most people probably aren't doing that right because they use, I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
know I
probably
use
don't.
like the same wipes. You're just literally rubbing it around.
Disinfecting wipes didn't remove all the bacteria from the counter, going from 400 units to 115.
If you're taking something up, then you're recontaminating the surface again when you're going over and over.
We used another wipe and got it down to 77, still a lot more than our clean baseline of 17. So how about disinfecting spray? It proved pretty effective, taking our bacteria level from 292 to 3, even cleaner than our original baseline. Next up, spray from the store that claims to have only non-toxic ingredients.
You're never sure what's in some of the commercial cleaners, so you're hoping that it's going to do what it says it's going to do and actually remove the bacteria.
Our first pass of non-toxic cleaner actually made the surface dirtier. We went from a reading of 192 with raw chicken to 198. Another pass of the cleaner brought down our bacteria levels to an 8.
You'd have to do it 2 or 3 times before you got it down to the level that was acceptable.
Finally, we tested a solution we made ourselves, a combination of isopropyl alcohol, vinegar, water, and essential oils.
My initial thoughts from the homemade cleanser was that it didn't work at all.
We started with 231 units of bacteria. The homemade cleaner only bumped that number up to 247 with a first pass. Another spritz, and things didn't get much better. The table still had 223 units of bacteria left behind. So we tried the experiment from the start again and went from a raw chicken bacteria level of 300 to 73.
It didn't reduce it at all, or very little.
So which cleaner is best for you and your family?
They claim that the ingredients in the non-toxic spray are safer, but if they're not cleaning up after raw chicken,
I think that if they're worried about the chemicals in there, then wear gloves.
And if you're worried about leaving chemicals behind,
Soap and water will wash the remainder off. You know, any of the chemical residue should come off.
in Fort Myers, Brenna Wyke, NBC2.